questions for mock. Complete mock will be difficult in this process, but I'll give you a few questions, okay? So first question is, why were you rejected last time?
So the last time, I couldn't clearly relate my program with my educational background and my profession, as I forgot to explain that my chosen elective, which is project business analysis, rightly aligns with my educational background and will help me audit projects with my current company upon my return to Ghana. And I also couldn't really, I also forgot to state that my profession currently is
Okay,
3
you
years
cannot
instead
pause
of,
so much, okay? You cannot pause so much. So,
okay,
see, before the interview, you do preparation, right? You do prepare for your
yes,
interview. So
yes,
you have, I should see that you are prepared for the interview if you are going for the interview again, right? You should
yes,
not be thinking, what should I say at that moment, okay? You should know
yes.
what points you are going to answer on, okay? So too much of gap, too much of thinking will basically create a doubt,
Yes, I get you.
okay? So be ready with
Yeah,
your
but
answers, whatever you want to say, okay?
currently, you made me realize something. So right now, I'm confused as to whether because I said the 1 year instead of 3 years in my DS 160, or truly because I couldn't relate my program with my educational background and profession. That is how come my visa was denied. I'm quite confused about
It's
that.
it's it's both. It's everything. Okay, combined. It's don't basically the visa officer saw there was a difference in what you're saying. You basically were not convincing enough. The visa officer refused you.
Okay, so I have to
Right?
state both
It
of
is
them.
very difficult for anybody to understand why, but in your case there were quite a few reasons, gaps for a visa officer to refuse you.
Okay.
Okay. So let me ask you the question again. Why were you rejected last time?
The last time I was rejected because in my DS 160, I stated I have 3 years experience, but when he asked me, I stated I had 1 year experience, and I couldn't really relate my program with my educational background and profession, and also couldn't really convince the visa officer enough that I had strong ties to my home country.
Okay. So I would not recommend you telling that last time the visa officer asked me, I mentioned uh, 1 year of work experience, whereas in my DS 160 it is mentioned 3 years of work. What you are making is you are making it obvious for the second visa officer to go look at that. Probably the visa officer must have mentioned it in the notes as well. But by you asking, it becomes more obvious. So the visa officer will ask you, why did you tell lie? Did you not fill the DS 160 form? Were you not aware about it? Do you don't know how many years of work experience you have done? Work. Okay, there could be questions. Okay, you have to be
Yeah.
smart enough to answer those. And then basically when you're answering it, you don't have to specify why you rejected on basis of this. You are going to say last time I was not able to convince the visa officer much. Okay, probably I was not able to relate to my program better. And this time basically I have gone to the website. I have done a good correspondence with the professors, and I am better prepared with my answers. Okay, don't
Can
have
you
to say
please
much.
repeat that again? My internet was quite distracted.
Okay, so you are is what why were you rejected last time? So you will say basically last time basically I could not convince the visa officer. The visa officer was asking about my work experience, which I was not able to relate it to my program. I have done good correspondence with the university this time, and I am now in a position to answer this question in a better way.
Okay.
Okay. So then he will
Yeah.
ask you, what is your program related to the pro? Then you try to explain in case the visa officer asks you. Okay. Second is
Okay.
what changes have you made in your visa application?
With my visa application, the current changes are that I've chosen a specialization which directly aligns with my program and an educational background, which is project business analysis. And then Currently, my father has also agreed to fund my education together with my scholarship, unlike before where I was going with an educational loan together with a scholarship. So these are the main changes that I've made.
So here also you don't have to say a line again and again. What changes have you made in your visa application? So you say basically last time I had approached with an education loan. I had got a full scholarship, right? Or you have got a scholarship or a loan?
The initial one was loan and then partial scholarship, and the new one is my father and then
So you mentioned basically I had in last time I had got scholarship, I had got a loan from Empower, but this time I have added my father as a sponsor and I'm carrying a bank balance of so much which I was not carrying it last time.
Okay.
When you're making your father as a sponsor, you're also carrying his finance, right?
Yes.
So you are going to say that I'm carrying this much of funds which I did not carry last time. Am I
Okay.
clear?